Okay. Time to Monster Prom.
3 player. Oh, 4 players. 4 players. I'm not used to 4 players.
Short or full?
2 hours or hour and a half.
Jesse, you're the one that falls asleep early.
Yeah, but we don't have to be up tomorrow.
So full.
Full.
Yay! And Mimi's appointment's late tomorrow, so
Yeah.
later, I should say.
High school. The sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid. But always willing to live life to the fullest.
I feel like I need
We're on
wine.
a wild journey to discover who we really were. Added alphabets.
What?
Ooh,
Did it update?
hey.
Sure thing.
You know who
Secretary?
I am.
So it's actually lowercase letters, and I'm just making everyone basically shout our names at us.
Yeah, that's good. I'm okay with this.
Let's go.
Next.
Jesse.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Or is that her?
I mean,
Fire hair lady or zombie guy?
I guess fire hair lady.
Drew, you get to be zombie guy.
Yay! I'm still
Thanks.
salty about that other dude, so.
Oh, trust me, you and me both, honey.
Mustache. Name is Mustache.
Are
He,
you-
she, or they?
They! Always they.
Let's do this.
Drew plays the giant Frankenstein guy. She.
Hey. I'll be he.
Gasp.
Oh.
And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left. As we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire.
Fuck you, Damien.
Scott Howell, 21, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam DeLioncourt, 400, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork.
Yay!
Polly Geist, 22, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things.
What?
And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them. But who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.
Yeah.
Boy, I won't have to voice Damien and Scott.
Drew, you get to voice Vera and the Coven because I hate those.
And the what?
The Coven.
The Coven, the 3 witches. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more. We're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. Trademark will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start! You get the chance to produce a movie. It's based on 2 cool guys walking away from rad explosions. They don't look at the explosions. They don't give a fuck about the explosions. They reflect on life and love. but it's super dope and kick-ass because they do so walking away from never-ending explosions. Something about superheroes, but with a love triangle between a beautiful yet somewhat relatable girl, maybe she's always starting a mess, and two of the super hot superheroes, which are also like vampires or pirates or both, instant hit. The most influential Russian novelist of the... what is XIX?
Some number century.
Yes, some number centuries gone
19.
nuts. They don't remember anything about last night. Now they can't find the manuscript of the Brothers Karamazov, and Dostoevsky has to deliver it today. I'm definitely going with the first one.
A Michael Bay movie.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the most influential Russian novelist.
Of the 19th century.
Yes, dear, you know Roman numerals.
I was eating and trying to unmute myself, but it was greasy. Anyway.
Mustache.
Yeah, I'm totally down for Michael Bay movies.
Drew.
I go for the middle one. Why not?
Two bolds, a wealthy, and a fun. You could put a curse on your worst enemy. What would it do?
Chickens.
You can't rely on the effectiveness of a curse. I prefer to take care of my enemies the old-fashioned way by exposing them to unsafe doses of radiation over the course of several years. The curse of always meeting obnoxious people at parties who are super into new fad diets that feel the need to explain them in detail. Or I'd curse them to fall in love with a wonderful person, be happily married for years before they realize that all this time their partner was a wild panther in disguise. Then the panther viciously devours my enemy. Classic. Still going for this one.
I'm gonna go for the second one.
First of always meeting obnoxious people at parties.
I'm definitely gonna go with the panther just because of the image.
Honey, I'm
Oops.
home from.
Oh well. I'm that one.
Didn't mean to double click. You find a
That's
genie
okay.
in a bottle. You can ask for whatever you want. What do you ask for? Him to not be so cliche, genie and wishes so mainstream. Before asking for anything, you try to negotiate up to 3 standard wishes. Infinite confetti.
Rip Taylor.
A rainbow that you can eat. I don't ask for anything. I drink the genie from the bottle. I can grant my own wishes. Or his friendship. I'm gonna drink the genie.
Damien asked this question. Fuck Damien. A rainbow you can eat.
Totally a rainbow you can eat.
Drew.
I want his friendship because if he's my friend, then he'll probably grant me more wishes.
Conniving woman.
2 mermaids, Damien and Scott.
All right.
Going to the library. That day, you spent some time on the library's PC, sending malicious spam emails in hopes of stealing other people's money. Doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? You lose -10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares? The game must. You notice Scott and Damien waving their phones in each other's faces and decide to take a look. As you get closer, you realize they're discussing Pokemon's Go, the mobile game based on the hit television show Pocket Humans.
Awesome, bro.
So which of these two do I have to voice this time?
Honey.
Oh, I didn't know I was actually doing voices.
Yeah, you are.
Fun.
Take
Want the
your pick,
werewolf?
I don't care. Which one do you want to do?
I'll do Damien.
Which one's Damien?
The demon.
Oh, okay.
Be excited.
Whoa! You got Walter Jacobs? Those are so rare.
You bet your ass I do. And check it out. His fiscal responsibility stat is 11. He's a fucking beast at doing his taxes.
I heard he's lactose intolerant, though.
Ha! Yeah, I feed him nothing but cheese pizza to fuck with him. He hates it.
It's not very nice. I'm super nice to my Leslie Dunbar.
Fuck you! You got a Leslie Dunbar, the queen of insurance liability manager?
Yeah, I had to trade 2 Mindy Babcocks and a Jared Vogel to get her, but it was so worth it.
That's nothing. You've got a Pokemon so rare it'll send them both into shock. You whip out your phone and show them your... Winslow Jibbs, fiscal responsibility 14, armor class 20, loving owner of a speedboat and several dogs. Scabs Rent-A-Car, sex murderer.
Oh my.
Scabs Rent-A-Car.
He's a sex man.
Now this is what I'm talking about. I didn't even know they made Pokemons like this. What type is this? Criminal type? Why the fuck did nobody tell me this was at the game?
Whoa, Damien, calm down. You're shaking your phone and it's like upsetting Walter Jacobs.
Fuck Walter Jacobs. I'm getting myself a Scabs Rent-A-Car and he's gonna murder all my other Pokemons. Yo, I'd offer to trade you my whole roster for that mean son of a bitch, but all my Pokemons are obviously lame as hell. And hell is pretty lame. Why do you think I'm up here all the time? Tell you what, I'll beat up this loser of your choice free of charge if you hook me up with that mighty bastard. Why not? You never know when a free beatdown might come in handy. You lose 1 Scabs Rent-A-Car, but you gain +2 creativity, +1 boldness.
Let's go.
I wanna go to the gym.
Good gym.
Can I help you? Do you want something?
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes
Yeah.
place. Everything's
Okay.
lost, but you deliver inspirational speech and spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural bull. You gain +2 charm.
Yeah.
Without meaning to, you find yourself in conversation with Polly and Amanda, comparing the apps on your phones.
Oh, what you got, Miri? What you got? Well, I have this game called Misunderstanding of Mobs, and I'm not entirely sure how to play, but I keep winning, so that's nice. I've also got Scepter, which is like Uber, but for serfs instead of cars. And Spooner, which is like Grindr, but for silverware. You know, I like my apps elegant and majestic. That's pretty cool, but have you heard Rap Chat? It turns all your messages into raps, but you can only see them for like 8 seconds. Wow! What about you, Kita? What fun apps do you have? I say, talking to myself twice.
Good job.
Yeah, impress us with something rad. My cats are looking at me like I'm crazy. Tiger, an app that can make tigers appear anywhere. There's nothing as majestic as tigers. Not much, just this app I made that turns my phone into a rad car. Rad car.
You push the car button on your phone, and it transforms instantly into a sick convertible, crushing some of your classmates in the process.
Whoa, this car's the tits! Quite elegant indeed.
You want me to be
You know-
the ghosty?
Oh yeah, that would be cool. You know, I've always felt that phones did not contain expensive materials. This solves the problem nicely.
Plus, we can use it for drag racing. Let's go drag racing.
In all of the excitement, you neglect to tell them you have no idea how to drive a car. What they don't know won't hurt them, at least as long as they don't expect you to drive that car.
Guess I'm
Meanwhile,
going
you
after
scored a
Polly.
drag racing date with Polly, and you gain +2 boldness, +1 fun.
Let's do this.
Mustache.
Let's go to the bathroom. I feel like I need to go to the bathroom.
That day, you skip class and just hang out in the bathroom because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn
Damn
by
right.
skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Later, you see Damien and Miranda chatting and being a nosy little bitch. You decide to insert yourself into the conversation.
I look forward to this adventure so. Is there anything more wonderful about getting insight into the lives of commoners?
You better not pull that shit the whole time. My dads are lords of hell. You know, technically I'm royalty too.
Are you, though?
Damien rolls his eyes and turns to you. Mrs. Panthera paired us up with her hands-on homework assignment, going on an adventure. Apparently I have some anger issues and a thirst for violence that I should be channeling into something productive. Like a thirst for violence isn't productive in and of itself.
And I'm supposed to work on being more independent. Which is so strange, since I told my ladies and gentlemen in waiting to fix that for me last week. I wonder what sort of adventure might give us the wonderful experience we need to fix our perceived but obviously non-existent flaws. Ugh. Mustache?
Oh, I'm totally about the cracking butt. They gotta go to the Fire Method Strip Club.
Journey to the volcano to have a hot time at Fire Method Strip Club. Uh-oh.
You expect me, royalty, a royal princess who is royal, to attend some vile sex show?
Damn right I do.
And you expect me, a demon, to put up with that attitude at a strip club?
And surely you feel the stirrings of passion in your loins if it will spur the stirrings of passion in your fist.
What? Mary, did you just make a masturbation joke?
Egads, of course not. I meant that if you were so riled up over naked Memphis, surely you would explode and spill out.
Terrible choice of words.
Into your proclivity for violence, you shouldn't be tempted to have any feelings whatsoever. The best way for you to lose your violent instinct is to sit in a dark room with no stimuli whatsoever.
Well, maybe that's the best way for you to learn to be independent, too.
Maybe it is.
They spend their adventure locked in separate dark rooms. Okay. You lose -2 fun and -1 charm.
Sure.
Oh. Let's go to the auditorium.
That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity.
Wow.
After all that, you decide to look for a spot outside the school where to get some good sunbathing. But you fail to focus on your sunbathing since you see Scott and Miranda deep in conversation.
It's a sports game thing, Miranda. I think I'm a good boy, but there's something that just gets me growling when I see that opposing team.
Oh, Scott, believe me, I understand better than you may think. It's exactly how I feel about those horrendous air people.
Air people?
Yes, Scott, obviously, the air people. I know I've told you about them before. They're the sworn enemy of the mer people, and they must all be destroyed if they refuse to accept our superiority.
Oh wow, all of them? That sounds really hard.
It will be. There's a horrible, ruthless nation of feathery socialists who refuse to bend knee no matter how many times my father invades. They don't like guacamole, Scott. They eat the crust of their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They wear socks with sandals.
Socks with sandals?
And fanny packs.
Oh man, that's a pretty scary enemy, Miranda. What are the mer people gonna do about it?
That is a great question, Scott. We've tried reasoning with them through thorough bombs, chemical warfare, and torture, but they're entirely unreceptive.
It's really weird that they wouldn't sway the air people, but maybe you can step in and help. Scott and Miranda probably have different takes on what the best strategy would be, so think hard about what you pitch.
Choose your cheerleading skills to put an end to this feud. Wipe them out, make the air kingdom by flooding the entire sky. How is that gonna work? I say wipe him out, man. Just flood that sky. Flood it.
After my own heart. Why, yes, of course. That's a brilliant idea, Drew. It's almost as if you know the old adage from my kingdom. If you can't bring your enemy underwater to drown them in the Mer Kingdom, bring the Mer Kingdom to their kingdom and drown them there.
Oh, that's a good adage, Miranda. Also, what's an adage?
No time to explain, Scott. Let's start Operation Flood the Entire Sky. Here, take a bucket full of water. Glory to the Mer people!
Hooray!
They both start throwing water into the sky, which naturally falls to the ground again, forming a small puddle.
In my mind, this worked differently.
No, Miranda, look! The water is covering like a third of an inch of the sky.
That's the ground, Scott.
No! Now that's underwater, and before it was above water, so it's technically part of the sky. Just a very low part of the sky.
Oh, I see. It's true. Let's fill the buckets. Sooner or later, we'll fill the whole sky. You're right.
Yeah! I'm a glass half full guy. Or should I say a sky half full guy? Wink.
Oh, yeah. You just said wink out loud. That's really charming.
No time for compliments. Meet Drew, let's flood the skies.
Huzzah!
You spend several hours throwing water into the sky with little to no effect. It seems Miranda thinks you're a warfare genius. Huzzah! You gain +2 creativity and +1 boldness.
Well then.
I
Very
love voicing
clever.
Miranda.
Everybody chooses an object. Say your choice out loud for the rest of the players before clicking.
My
Popsicle
screen froze.
sticks.
An object?
Purple flavored Red Bull.
It was an object?
Yeah.
Object.
You can choose any object?
Yeah.
Any object.
Oh,
Stapler.
a dragon dildo.
Alrighty. Player order is decided based on how cool the next indie sensation, selected object Knight, would be, where the hero's main weapon is the selected object.
Fuck.
Dragon dildo night.
Knight wins that.
I could see a hipster or indie sensei. No, it's not hipster. Okay, never mind. I just put hipster in there. So we have a popsicle stick, a stapler, and purple flavored Red Bull.
I think Stapler Knight would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stapler Knight.
Yay.
Okay.
Week 1. Ooh.
Let's do this.
Mustache, which table would you like to sit at for lunch?
What the hell was that?
The cat person's the shop. You
Shop.
only have 5 money.
Ladies the Coven. Got Polly and Scott, Miranda and Vera, Damien and Liam.
Let's go hang out with Damien and Liam. What are they doing? What are they up to?
When you reach Liam and Damien's table, you find it absent of food, but covered in paperwork.
Damn it.
Do we really need all of these special forms? Can't we just write death threats on regular paper?
You want me to cover him, or you want another character to voice?
I don't know.
I can
I'm just
take
doing what you tell me.
For the last time, Damien, substantive change within an administrated system requires mastery of the mechanisms of bureaucracy.
What if we wrote the death threats on really fancy paper?
Liam turns to address you. As you can see, my mastery of realpolitik has caused me to embrace an unlikely ally in my quest for reform.
I have no idea what he's saying. I just want the cafeteria food to stop being so fucking boring.
You see, our interests are aligned. I too desire a menu less pedestrian.
Sure, either way, we're stuck on the last bit. We know we want the menu to change, but we don't know what to change it to.
Yes, we have indeed encountered a culinary block. Perhaps you can suggest something appropriately artistic.
Wontons!
A white plate with a single sprig of parsley in the center, the essence of minimalism, or full of knives, the essence of knives.
Yes, all the knives.
Now that's interesting.
Knives. Seems a bit didactic. No. We'll go with that.
We'll see how didactic it is when I'm stabbing faces with a bowl full of knives.
You don't know what that means, do you?
Rad.
Nope, but I do know how funny it'd be to watch a bunch of nerds try and finish a knife bowl.
Damien's application to add knives to the menu is a success. He starts holding daily knife-eating contests. There are no winners, except Damien, who thinks it's hilarious, and you, who came up with this.
Sure.
Through
Oh, I'll sit with the mer person and the snake person.
Miranda and Vera.
You arrive at your chosen table to find Miranda folding napkins at Vera.
At Vera. Do you want to know what this one's for, Vera?
No.
I'll take that as a yes. The rose-shaped napkin fold is for birthdays between the ages of 16 and 22.
Miranda's hands move fast as lightning, turning the rose into a gorgeous white swan.
By contrast, the swan folding is for first weddings, third weddings, and swan giveaways.
As a fashion enthusiast, I have never been so bored by a piece of fabric.
Oh, and this black swan folding is for weddings where you plan to brutally murder all the guests. Not very popular, the black swan folding.
Okay, that's sort of cool, but I'm still aggressively uninterested.
You happen to have some napkin folding skills yourself. Maybe you can spice up this interaction. You decide to show off your most impressive napkin fold.
Fold a napkin like so. It creates a self-aware napkin whose sole purpose is to fold more napkins. This writing snake fold is for when it's time to leave Vera alone and stop explaining napkin fold.
These are both strong choices.
I want to see a napkin whose sole purpose is to fold more napkins. That would be pretty cool.
Oh my god, I got so excited I choked myself. That's adorable! Look at it folding everybody's napkin. It's like tiny adorable surf.
It looks like it's folding the other napkins into more self-folding napkins.
Oh.
I know, it's so efficient. Go, little napkin surf, be free!
Aren't you worried this will turn into a self-replicating napkin scenario, progressing geometrically until the world is nothing but napkins?
Why? That sounds lovely.
God, you're impossible.
You seem to have mispronounced impeccable.
Whatever. I'm leaving before the napkin folk take over the world.
Vera leaves you alone for a romantic lunch with Miranda. You can't hang out too long, though. You've got to stop those napkins before they take over the world.
Let's go.
Yay!
Sit me next to Ghosty Bay.
Scott and Polly are sitting together, laughing their metaphorical asses off.
Do Damien! Do Damien!
Grr, I'm Damien. Look at my stupid red face. I use violence to cover up the fact that I've been brought up to revere a toxic version of masculinity which has alienated me from my own true emotions.
Haha! You sound exactly like him!
Okay, you do Vera.
I'm Vera. I'm very smart and my hair is pretty and all my friends look up to me because I'm a strong, independent woman.
Scott, I'm not sure you understand how impressions work.
I'm not Scott, I'm Vera. You can tell because I said my name just now.
Okay. What about you, Kita? Got any good impressions?
Hell yeah, I do.
Just one.
My
but it's
Miranda's
a
amazing. Woof woof, it's me, Scott, a dog boy who's really bad at impressions. Yes.
I know you're doing an impression of me because you said my name, but
sounds exactly like him.
It does?
Yeah, remember that time we took that impressions class together and we had to introduce ourselves?
Oh yeah. I guess I did say woof woof, it's me, Scott, dog boy who's bad at impressions. But I didn't yell like that.
I'm sorry, are you the real Scott? There's two absolutely identical werewolves in front of me and I can't tell the difference.
Holly insists on a smooching contest to determine who the real Scott is. You end up winning, in more ways than one.
Oh my.
All right.
So I get the shop for the coven, huh?
Yup.
I am going to try a thing.
Hey, stranger.
Hey, why would you study and prepare for your future when you can come here and buy some weird shit instead, am I right?
Oh.
You know what my favorite thing in the world is? People who buy my stuff, be one or be gone. Trade places. Everybody chooses a brand. Say your choice out loud with the rest of the players before clicking.
Edible unicorn farts.
Swedish-made penis enlargers.
Cotton candy deflators.
Bran flakes.
Player orders decided based on how intriguing it would be if the selected brand decided to produce their own TV show.
Well, Bran Flakes is last.
Yeah.
Bran flakes.
I feel Swedish-made penis enlargers is going to be very high up there.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Though probably won't get on syndicated TV.
I feel like edible unicorn farts would be like a Japanese game show.
It
Probably.
really would.
Drew, what was yours?
Cotton candy deflators.
Okay, Blue definitely got first. I don't know who got second. Cotton candy deflators?
I think they're
I
in
don't
order.
know. I have cotton candy over here on the coffee table.
Okay, yeah.
And it's poofy.
Probably in order.
Yeah, they're probably in order.
Reverse order.
Week 1.
Because nobody likes bran flakes.
All right.
Show me that money.
Good old Blue. What's it going to be today?
Uh,
My stuff isn't good enough for you? Not cool. You know what? Maybe you aren't good enough for my stuff either.
Blue, what are you doing?
let's go.
I am trying a thing.
He's not doing anything. That's what he's doing.
I want to go to the library.
That day, you spend some time on the library's PCs, managing your start kicker. You deceived lots of people with sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice. You gained plus 100,000 money, but almost everything goes to cover costs and you keep only plus 2 money. You're just getting ready to leave when you get a text from Polly. Hey baby, let's party. How can you refuse such a formal missive? You track her down immediately.
Hi.
Hey, you got my tags. That's good, because I need some help brainstorming. I'm going to a party tonight, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be lame, and that needs to change. See, it's a costume party. You know, where everyone dresses up as their favorite humans. I'm going as a sexy tax attorney. But I'm not sure even the sexiest tax attorney can rescue this party from the depths of lamitude. So, got any ideas to help spice things up?
Oh,
Sriracha.
you've got some ideas, and they're the spiciest.
Spike the punch with mandrake root. It turns monsters into actual humans. Okay, go as a sexy tax attorney. I'll go as a sexy tax evader.
Oh, these are both pretty good.
Mandrake root!
Later that night at the party.
This is nuts. Look at all these humans in human costumes. Georgina the party owlbear totally just turned into a sumo wrestler. And Larry the Lich looks exactly like former United States President Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, Larry doesn't just look like Lincoln, he is Lincoln. He has all of Lincoln's memories up to the moment of his death.
Holy shit.
Every newly transformed human at the party comes complete with a full lifetime of memories. Childhood, family, friends. They have no recollection of their lives as a monster, and are all currently going insane from the cognitive dissonance.
Manny the Manicore just turned into a retired cop who is screaming for his estranged wife and 2 sons. Pranked!
In about 4 hours, all of these newly created people will revert to their previous forms, essentially murdering these new identities. LOL. In the meantime, you and Polly have a great time scaring the shit out of actual humans and streaming it online. +2 creativity and +1 fun.
Sure.
I will go to the gym.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. But the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win over other people's hearts. You gain +2 charm.
Woe is me.
Could Miranda possibly be doing this because she wants attention? Only one way to find out.
Oh, hello, I didn't see you there as I was standing here, suffering gallantly in silence.
She did, and she wasn't, but okay.
I had the most tragic injustice befall me earlier this morn. I was rejected from our school's water polo team. They claimed I was mistaken about how polo was conducted underwater. Excuse me, but I was raised underwater. How is one even supposed to play water polo without a heavily armored seahorse as a mount? How, I ask you? Perhaps I offended them when I implied that they were too impoverished to afford sea steeds. If so, why? I would love to make reparations. But it may be too soon for me to show my face. Would you be so kind as to take them the gift of this omelet to begin the healing? I'm told that peasants consider eggs to be a delicacy.
Obviously. But what would make the gesture even better is the personal touch of...
Toppings! Caviar, eel, chocolate-covered sand crabs. I'll never forget this was a present from a mer princess. An elegant stenciled card with your sincerest apologies, a list of all their fears, and a bundle of compromising photographs. Yeah, something tells me that is not going to go over very well. However... kind of want to go with the bottom one, but I don't know.
Let the hate flow through you.
Okay, yeah, good. Let's do it.
Oh, yes! How better to show that I'm truly making an effort to get to know them on the most personal of levels. I shall do their names in beautiful calligraphy, print their fears in gold leaf, and I shall adorn their compromising nudes with adorable glitter stickers. I may have been misunderstood before, but how could anyone misinterpret this kind gesture? Take the omelet and make sure to take lots of pictures of them eating the eggs, so we can all remember how generous I was.
With a kiss on the cheek, gasp, Miranda adds you to the omelet and waves you on your way. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm.
Let's do this!
Mustache!
We will be back.
Oh, God. Screen just went all blocky.
Yeah, class outdoors and bathrooms.
Let's go to the outdoors.
That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy.
I don't...
You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there were like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. Consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself. But who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. You notice Damien and Miranda squatting on the grass, poking something with a stick. You rush over, hoping for a dead possum, but instead you find them gathered around. An entire tiny metropolis.
Fucking metal!
Check this shit out.
It's our kingdom. I call it Smalltopia.
A tiny voice from the city shouts up at you. It's called West Pemberley, and we're not a monarchy.
I was gonna just burn it all with a magnifying glass, but I'm happy Miranda stopped me. It's good to be king.
The tiny voice from the city says,
We vote for our own leaders in biannual elections.
But we are facing a quandary. How to boost our kingdom's struggling economy?
Yeah, the whole place has been facing an economic recession ever since a pigeon stole the hospital to build its nest.
the tiny voice says,
That red guy stole the hospital and lied about it.
I'm used to managing kingdoms that are significantly larger and much more underwater. I'm afraid I'm at a loss.
Yeah, hey, how about being our royal advisor? The pay's shit, but you can take whatever buildings you want. Hey!
says the tiny voice.
You're good at imitating tiny people. Build a new hospital out of popsicle sticks and hot glue. You know what always boosts the economy. War. I think I saw an anthill over by the water fountain.
I like the second one.
See, Miranda, this is exactly what I've been telling you. The best solution is usually violence-related.
You truly are wise, Damien. Farewell to war!
The three of you instigate a war with the ants by leaving a trail of syrup between Smalltopia and the anthill. The tiny city is soon devoting its entire infrastructure to combating the Formic menace. They build barracks, train troops, and construct missile silos. By the end of the period, they've bombed the ants back to the Stone Age with tiny, adorable nuclear weapons. The drinking fountain will be radioactive forever, but Smalltopia's new military-industrial complex really has revitalized its economy. You gain +1 boldness and +2 money, as a bonus for your new permanent position on the Smalltopia Defense Council. That weekend, something happened to Kika.
Me!
Let's go.
Nothing's better after a hard week of paying zero attention at school than blowing off steam by blowing things up. You, Liam, Damien, Polly, Blue, and Mustache are having an awesome time drinking and causing destruction of personal property, when suddenly, everything goes black. You wake up an unspecified amount of time later in the darkness, hazy and chained.
Dude, am I tripping really hard, or are we chained up in a well or something?
From somewhere far above, you hear the shrieking cackles of the Slayer.
Buffy! Oh, guess it's me too. Damn it, Drew! Yes, you are! And the well is being filled with water. Soon you'll drown. Guess you should be more careful when accepting drinks from strangers.
Nah, that sounds like something pussies would do.
It's potatoing. Wait, girl, this is... Oh, shit. So uncool. Potato. Good God, very bad potato. Wait, I know you. Come back. Come back. Stop potatoing.
Yeah, it's being super bad.
Yeah, you gotta cover this one. This one's being real weird.
Girl,
It's like
so
pulsing.
uncool. I know you have something going on with Damien and Liam, but me? Come on, empowered women empower women. Water starts pouring in, but nobody seems especially scared. If you think about it, this was a pretty shitty plan. I don't need to breathe, and Polly can just phase out.
Yeah, why don't you just stake you through your heart while we're being drugged or chop my head off?
So everyone's a critic now, huh? No, but seriously, girl, I'm just gonna disappear in a minute and reappear somewhere else. So, as far as I'm concerned, the big takeaway from this experience was that I got a free drink. And free drugs in that free drink!
And that's all well and good, but you're not sure how resistant to asphyxiation you and your other buddies are. You look around the well, there are tons of coins people have tossed in over the years to make a wish, along with a few random pieces of trash that people decided to discard. Or maybe threw them in it also to make wishes? Who's to say? Is that an old pamphlet on Episcopalian principles?
Dunno. I was distracted by that rusty iron bear trap.
Hey, back.
And oh good, Drew, you're up.
And I'm just living for all this glow in the dark dildo.
Yep,
Yes.
you're up.
Well then.
Wait, maybe we could use them to escape. I feel weakened from the drugs, which is lame, but I bet I can break one person out who can free all of us using these 3 random items. But who should it be? Kita, you seem to know everyone's business. What do you think?
Oh, good question. Which of your friends could use an Episcopalian pamphlet, a bear trap, and a dildo to escape from a well?
Definitely Blue. They're an artist. This well, their canvas, an Episcopalian pamphlet, bear trap, and dildo, their paints, will be out of here in the blink of an artistic eye. Are you kidding? Mustache is the best-selling author of the non-fiction work How to Escape from a Well Using Religious Pamphlets, Hunting Gear, and a Sex Toy. The moment has finally arrived. Honestly, I'm probably gonna say Blue.
Uh-oh.
Just because I see Blue using a glow-in-the-dark dildo for
I
more,
totally see that.
for more, you know, Swiss Army
I don't
needs.
need to know what you're doing in your private time.
What?
Great! Blue it is then. Get ready to be busted out of your chains with demon strength.
So mote it be. With a flash of devilish muscle, Blue is now free to begin their brilliant work. Stacking the dildo, the Episcopalian pamphlet, bear trap, one on top of another, held together by some of the pennies, Blue is cobbled together. My long-lost brother! The Slayer yells from somewhere above. Oh, Chiquita.
What? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my long-lost brother.
The Slayer yells from somewhere above the well.
Is that your silhouette I see, Sully?
Yes, it is. And if you don't stop this right now, he'll drown with us.
Quick as a flash, the Slayer stops the water and jumps down into the well. Damien steals the keys off her, knocks her out. It's the rest of you, and all 6 of you escape from the well.
Oh,
Damn,
my
I'm strong.
goodness.
Good choice, Kita, for telling me how I should use my amazing strength.
And well done, Blue, as well. Truly, that sculpture was incredibly beautiful. It belongs in a modern art exhibit. It's at least the 2nd or 3rd most beautiful sculpture made of an Episcopalian pamphlet, bear trap, and dildo I've ever seen in my life.
And I like the part where we made the Slayer look like an idiot. And where I got a free drink and free drugs with it.
It looks like a win-win-win-win-win-win situation because all 6 of you walked away winners. But most importantly, you and Blue both win +3 boldness. And you all walk away alive. Or in the afterlife, or undead, whatever. Trade places. Everybody chooses a celebrity. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking. Natalie Portman.
Benedict
You-
Cumberbatch.
Oh my god. All the blockiness.
I don't know
Name
why.
a
I picked
celebrity.
Peter Dinklage.
Bill Cosby.
Oh. Player order is decided based on how likely it is that the selected celebrity is secretly related to Kita. Kita, who's most likely to be secretly related to you?
Peter Dinklage, because of the height.
I have no idea who
Next.
that is.
I forgot I need to. Like,
Yeah. Someone.
well, I guess Benedict Cumberbatch, because Natalie Portman's way too talented to be, like, and way too pretty. So, no way. But Bill Cosby's black, so sorry, honey.
Eh. Not that pudding pop.
2 morning.
Let's go.
Jesus Christ, so much blockiness.
Bathrooms is the shop. Everything else is open.
Oh, I forgot I get to go first this time. I'm so not used to that. Library.
That day, you spend some time on the library PCs, playing some good old online poker. Gambling seems like a stupid and dangerous decision, but who cares? This time it paid off, so fuck it. You gain +2 money. You see Polly looking unusually depressed. She's usually on hella good drugs at this time of day. You ask what's up.
I'm gonna live forever.
Sorry.
I was yelling that at a party last night, you know, because of the ecto-cocaine. But then I realized it's like literally actually true. And forever is like a really, really, really long time, you know? What if I run out of stuff to do? What if aliens take over and they ban partying? What if the Earth blows up and I have to live in space with the dumb, boring space animals?
Ugh.
I get bored when the bus takes an extra 10 minutes to arrive. How am I ever gonna stay hyped up for eternity?
Meth. Meth.
my.
It's meth. The answer is meth.
Whoa, you're like a genius. All this time I've been avoiding meth because it like kills you or whatever. But it can't kill me. I'm already dead. Can't make me lose my teeth. I'm a ghost. Don't got no teeth. It's like meth was designed for me. This is basically the biggest life hack ever.
Yes.
Or should I say, death hack.
Polly's good mood almost makes that pun worth it. You gain +2 fun, +1 boldness.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. How about the bathroom?
Good shop.
The shop's in the bathroom.
Oh no, I don't want to go there. I'll go outside. Sure.
That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You're casually chatting with Juan, the small magical Latino cat. You
Love
start
Juan.
telling him that hilarious story of what happened last summer at Monster Camp. You know which one, the one involving the beehive, the blow-up doll of the president, the penguin mask, and the mystery of the Goblin King. Slowly, lots of people start joining you to hear the story. By the time they say where the Goblin King was, 100 people or so burst into hysterical laughter. You turn on a mobile app that captures all that laughter and turns it into +2 fun.
Woo!
As you wander around talking to yourself like a weirdo, you notice Miranda walking around talking to herself like a weirdo. She seems to be addressing an imaginary crowd.
Greetings, fellow
Oh,
classmates.
hello! I was just practicing my royal wave for when I'm crowned the prom queen. I feel there's a lot to be learned before I ascend to the throne.
Na, na, na.
Naturally, as a princess, I'm already great at wearing crowns, talking to cute animal friends, quelling rebellions through excessive force, and singing sweetly. But I lack administrative experience. I've never so much as issued a decree. I wonder what my first should be.
You don't have the heart to tell her that the role of prom queen doesn't come with sovereignty. Maybe you should just give her some suggestions instead.
Oh, Texas. Texas are fun. Paint. Every student pink. No to the pink and taxes, because taxes are hella fun.
You hate taxes.
I
Taxation without representation, It's not bad, but I feel as though it's been done before. I don't want my first decree to be cliché. I want it to be spectacular. Such as perhaps a requirement that each student write a term paper on the ways in which I'm divine, or sing a ballad in my honor. I could have them compose an entire thorough sung musical about each one of my toes. Or I can make them bring me puppies. Or I can make them into puppies. Why would I ever choose taxes when I could choose puppies? Puppies or cupcakes or harsher penalties for treasonous thoughts? Or puppies?
She has a point. Puppies are pretty awesome. And now she's on her phone, ordering baby golden doodles by the dozen. Which sounds amazing! But from the unimpressed look she's shooting you, you'll have to be your own cuddly pal. You lose -2 charm and -1 fun.
Sadness.
All right.
Show me that money.
Oh, you missed me and my shit, huh? Worry no more. All this shit can be yours if you have the money. Not me, though.
I'm
You get
quite
that the whole point
confused.
of running a business like this is to sell stuff to people, right? I think you're missing the point, sweetheart.
Let's do this.
I guess it's time to hit the gym.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. The match is so intense and both teams are so into it that you decide to raise the stakes by betting part of your charm against part of the other team leader's charm. That commitment amazes your whole team and their spirit is fueled by determination. Finally, you win and take +2 charm from the other team's leader, so now she's now a bit less fabulous. After dodgeball comes the obstacle course. You stare across the gym at it, terrified, as are most of your classmates. There are giant centipedes, venomous bears, bloodthirsty magpies circling just under the ceiling, and animals so bizarre one can barely find words to describe them.
Good morning, students.
He's new.
That can be Jesse.
I don't know what voice.
Coach
for that.
Tiger. I could try it.
The only voice I've seen done for him so far in a YouTube video, they basically just made him sound like Bloo from Dragon Ball Z.
All right, boys and girls, I've reported this special course to Regular Creatures High School in New South Wales, Australia. Don't be afraid. I believe each and every one of you. These terrifying creatures will not break your will.
Won't let you down, Coach. Giant crocs don't scare me. This is not pee on my pants.
Finally, we're the adversaries. What's that abomination over there even called?
That would be a platypus.
I'm gonna drag it to hell. The underworld has never seen such horror.
Well, don't just stand there. Show them what you got. Clear the course.
Gotta go native, mates. Oi, hold my beer.
Yeah, that one.
Whoa, have a look at them. They're so cute. Let's slay 'em with kindness.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Grab your trusty Bowie knife, slam a 6-pack of phosphors, and wade into the obstacle course. You dispatch armed platypi, fend off magpies by whipping them with snakes, and punch a koala. After winning an arm wrestling match against a drunk crocodile, you instantly become a hero.
My hero.
Oh, that was awesome. You even made Coach cry.
It's tears of joy. The will of youth really did find a way. Damien sees it too.
I'm not crying. It's just so much murder.
Your glorious slaughter of endangered animals will go down in history. You gain +2 fun, +1 boldness, and a lawsuit from Greenpeace. Trade places! Everybody chooses something bad. Say your choice out loud for the rest of the players before clicking.
Penis sprinkles.
Those are magnificent. What are you talking about?
No, penis sprinkles is genital warts.
Oh,
That's bad.
I hold by my statement.
It's jazzled with hot glue.
Did you say vajazzled with hot glue?
Yes.
I think my vagina just puckered. Vagina puckering.
Jesse.
I'm gonna say pink sock.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Player orders decided based on how interesting it would be if the selected thing was a key component of a supervillain's plan in a movie.
Oh no.
All of these would suck. I think we might have our first random of the game.
Yeah.
All of these are real bad.
Random. me, Drew, Kita, Mustache.
Apparently Pink Sock didn't make it.
Week 2, noon.
All right.
Give me your money.
I see your strategy, Blue. It's interesting.
Let's face it, you're probably going to end up losing your money in some stupid way anyway. Why not spend it here first? It's called just being smart.
1 second.
Oh my god, it's there. You gotta buy it.
What?
What?
Oh, the
Got my
Bob
face
Ross
on it.
painting?
It's got my face on it.
I think my plan's working.
Is your plan working?
Well, supposedly you can date the shop owner, but
I
you're
would
supposed
love-
to talk to her 3 times and just leave, but doesn't seem to be going
4th time's a
for
charm.
You just came here to say hi? What a weirdo. Human interaction is so last year.
Sure.
Where are you gonna sit, Drew? Oh god, did you just wander off?
Band-aided us.
A band-aid! I think she's going for Miranda, right? there she is.
Merlady.
Yeah, okay.
You waltz over to Miranda and Scott's table to find them peering suspiciously into a burger.
Secret sauce, secret sauce. What dread mysteries do you conceal?
Whoa, do you think the secret sauce can talk? Cool. Hey, secret sauce, what are you made out of?
No, Scott. My question was rhetorical.
Awesome, mine was loud.
Oh, it's no use. We'll never discern the active ingredients of this delicious secret sauce. Unless you have an idea, Drew.
Wasn't this one? Oh, right. Okay, yeah, the top one.
Blood? Of the air people? I didn't know this high school cafeteria cared about my family's ancient rivalry. And everyone knows that air people bleed candy syrup and barbecue sauce. I should have known. You know, I don't normally eat food myself. I have serfs for that, but I may have to make an exception.
Oh, more blood? But I eat blood all the time, like pretty much every full moon.
Scott's a little disappointed, but you don't care. You're busy
Yeah.
sharing a saucy burger with Miranda.
Yeah, I am.
Let's go.
Ghosty Bay!
You arrive at your chosen table to find Damien dejectedly hefting a ball of mashed potatoes, while Polly sadly passes her hand through the same.
Seriously, what do we have to do to get a food fight started in this cafeteria?
I honestly do not know. I tried throwing potatoes at people and yelling food fight, but I think everyone is too scared of me to fight back.
And I can't throw any food because of my stupid ghost hands. Plates, mirrors, antique furniture? Sure, but not food.
There's gotta be a way to provoke food war. My dads are always telling me to be more political.
But we're not political. Your strength is hitting things, and my strength is being unbelievably hot all the time.
Unbelievably hot? That's it! We'll set the cafeteria on fire. Wait, no, that's not a solution. That's just arson. Why do I always jump straight to arson?
It's hard to watch them struggle through this by themselves, so you step in with an idea of your own.
Wars are fought over scarce resources, steal everybody's food and put it in a pile. That ought to do it. Hey, Polly, you know how the Greeks fought the whole war of Helen of Troy's over Helen of Troy's base? Flash the cafeteria. Flash the cafeteria!
Hey, yeah! I was planning to do that later anyway, after I finish this court of ectobooze.
Polly floats up onto the table and, in a practiced motion, whips off her top.
To the victor!
This is a high school cafeteria. Polly's rash action upsets the roiling cauldron of hormones, sets it on fire, and tap dances on the ruins. Soon the air is thick with sausage and gravy. Jesus. Potato crisps fly everywhere like flavored shrapnel. Polly puts her shirt back on now that everyone's too busy fighting to remember what they're fighting about.
Looks like mine really were the kits that launched 1,000 chips.
The views you just got makes that pun worth it.
Let's do this.
Oh my gosh.
Mustache.
So I either have to sit with the Slayer.
Yeah. Or Vera and Liam.
Fuck it, let's go to the Slayer.
You find the Slayer sitting alone at a table. Is she even a student or what?
Who's this? Me or you?
I'll go ahead and do
Let's
it.
go, Drew.
Oh, Drew, you do it.
Oh.
Be Buffy.
Wait. Wait, you're choosing to sit with me? For some reason, no one ever intentionally sits next to me. I usually have to ambush them and threaten to kill them. I wonder why. It's a mystery. Anyway, I'm really happy I'm flattered that, I actually, wouldn't give a shit about you under normal circumstances, but today, I'm on a quest. Yeah, that's right. I'm not emotionally vulnerable. I'm just on a quest to slay the werewolf of Wall Street, and I need a monster sidekick. You're going to help me, obviously. I just need to know what your class is. Are you a fighter, a mage, a cleric? Out with it.
Oh, you're something much better. You're a...
Are you a party smith or a gun haver, honey?
I would love to say Party Smith, but she really needs a D&D buddy, so I'm a gun haver.
A gun haver? Is that even a class? Practically everyone has guns.
You reveal just how many guns you actually have.
Holy shit. How can you even carry that many guns? And why are you allowed to have them at school?
You've had your rad biceps to thank for the former, and Monstropolis' strong Second Amendment protections for the latter.
Okay, well, do you have silver bullets? Werewolves are only vulnerable to silver bullets.
Man, there isn't a color bullet that you don't have.
Well, alright, let's, go on an adventure then. I think
You
I'm a
travel
bad
together
puppy.
to Wall Street, where you shoot the Wolf of Wall Street with your guns.
Alright then, thank you. And now I'm gonna go ahead and run screaming away from you, if that's alright.
It totally is. God bless Monstropolis. You gain +4 boldness.
Jesus!
Oh my god.
I might break 20!
Trade places. Everybody chooses a movie. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking.
The Last Unicorn.
We're back at Dinosaur Story.
Yes!
Silence of the Lambs.
Shawshank Redemption.
Player orders decided based on how bizarre an action figure based on the selected movie would be.
Shawshank
Jesus.
Redemption.
Yeah. There's already
make it-
Last Unicorn action figures, so
I
he
know.
doesn't just write out. I'm pretty sure there were toys for We're Back, so I'm out.
Were there? Pretty sure there's not toys for Silence of the Lambs. Unless you want to put the lotion on your skin.
Yeah, but that's why it would be bizarre. So,
Yeah. I'd say Drew, Jesse, then you, then me.
week 2, evening.
Sure.
Drew,
My screen's frozen. Hang on, what's open?
libraries, the shop,
everything, yeah.
else is open.
I'll go to the gym. I don't think I've been there yet.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place.
Like
At one
everything.
point, you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team. But suddenly, you convince him to not throw the ball at you with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. The player bursts into tears, and you take advantage of that moment of weakness, throwing a ball at him. You lose -5 mercy, a stat that might be useful in Monster Prom sequel, but isn't now. And you gain +2 charm.
Oh, woe is me. Alas and alack a day.
Miranda throwing a hissy fit? Must be Tuesday. Still, what else are you going to do? Study? Ah.
Oh, hello. Don't mind me. I'm simply enduring the most horrible injustice to happen to anyone ever. You shan't believe that such cruelty could happen to our own school, but just today, Mrs. the Loch Ness Monster told me that I shall be receiving a B+ in her class. A B+! And all because I seldom attend. Does she not understand the importance of my daily royal manicures? Such a horrid grade will surely cause father to cease paying for my seahorse insurance punishment. And then how shall suitors call upon me? Oh, the tragedy! If someone knew of a way I could, I don't know, perhaps break into Principal Giant Spider's office and access his private computer and alter my grade?
Oh my god. Burst into tears, maybe? Sure.
What a splendid idea! Crying is what I'm third best at.
Miranda goes into Principal Giant Spider's office and without missing a beat, bursts into tears.
Principal, everything's horrible. This could be because I'm having my monthly mer trouble.
Panicked, Principal Spider grabs a tissue in each of his 8 arms and shoves them all at Miranda before fleeing outside. With him gone, you pop out of the suspiciously large valise Miranda brought in with her and hack into the system in no time.
Oh, look at that! I have an A+. I guess I underestimated my own amazingness. I'm very surprised by this development. I suppose as long as we're here, I might as well fill this thumb drive with top secret school security footage. No reason.
That seems on the level. Definitely don't ask any follow-up questions. Just gain +3 boldness and be cool.
Let's do this.
We haven't actually been to class yet.
Nope. To class?
Sure.
That day, you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all that monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts. Pretty soon, you're fast asleep, having a wonderful dream involving caterpillars and maple syrup. Suddenly, Polly and Damien are in your dream with you. Except they're not naked like they usually are in your dreams.
Yo, wake up.
We need your help, you goddamn narcoleptic.
You wake up just in time. Damien was about to give up and start hitting you with a desk.
Alright, here's the situation. Miss Boogeyman just passed out a pop quiz on the history of most understood abominations.
This is bullshit. I don't even do regular quizzes. So obviously we were gonna ask to copy your test.
But she's been asleep this whole time, which is honestly a pretty rad move, but it doesn't help us. So who should we copy instead?
You're about to tell them that if you can sleep through this class and they can talk this much during a test, it's probably not a very serious class. But this is clearly an opportunity to score some points with these two, so you give them some top-notch advice.
Copy Liam. He's all into that social justice shit anyway. You know who definitely has the answers? The teacher. Copy her.
Yeah, let's go with the teacher. Go big or go home.
Now that's bold. All right, Polly, you distract her. I'll get the answers.
I can do that. I'm hella distracting.
Holly initiates a maneuver she calls the Party Hurricane. It's equal parts mosh pits, striptease, and house club. Damien has no trouble getting the answers. It doesn't even really matter, though, because after Polly's performance, class is canceled for the rest of the week.
This all went super well and nothing bad happened. It's Occam's razor. You know, the best plan is always the one that cuts up the most shit.
Given today's events, you're inclined to agree. You gain +2 fun and +1 boldness.
All right.
I will succeed.
What's up?
I will succeed.
In a while. I missed you. It's okay. You can look at my stuff.
Still there.
Aw.
I think she's more.
You just came here to say hi? What a weirdo. Human interaction is so last year.
Let's go.
I want to go to the outdoors.
That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. Everything is fine until Juan, the small magical Latino cat, asks what you think you're doing.
Fuck you, Juan.
Damn, you didn't remember you suck at dancing. But you decide to go all in and pretend it's a new dance move, apparently called the Groovy Masaka. Juan looks at you and he asks you to teach him the Groovy Masaka. In no time, after party is following your steps, enjoying the Groovy Masaka altogether. It's a party to remember. You gain +2 fun and a cool story to tell your grandkids someday. On your way out, you spot Polly still wearing the lab coat she stole from that human party the other night. She takes it off and throws it at you to get your attention.
Hi.
Yo, yo, yo! That human party convinced me I want to be a scientist, but not just any kind. A party scientist. What's a party scientist, you ask? Why, just a scientist who's dedicated to discovering the secret to the raddest party. Through a series of extremely scientific experiments, I aim to discover what exactly makes the party good. So I can distill whatever it is into a vial and drink it. Or, you know, just have really dope parties all the time. Anyway, I'm going to a bar mitzvah tonight, and I need your scientific advice. What can we do to push this party over the edge?
The electric slide, but with actual
Yeah.
electricity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Later that night,
Yes.
Ah! Look at him dance! I don't know why I never thought of this before. It's just basic science. Lightning gives life to a Frankenstein. A Frankenstein is a stitched together mass of sexy flailing limbs. Which is also what a party is. Lightning is the life of the party.
Polly likes your sexy flailing limbs.
Hey.
What's that? You want to know who the bar mitzvah boy is? I don't know. I don't know any of these kids.
Crashing a bar mitzvahs, the height of party culture. You have so much fun, you forget to tell Polly she should have said Frankenstein's monster. You gain +2 fun, +1 charm. That weekend, something happens to Drew.
Oh no!
Sure.
Sure.
You're moseying along, thinking about prom dance, romance, when suddenly,
Yo, Drew, you're not a total idiot, right?
you hope not. You like to think that you have a plus smarts or two.
Look, I'm having a problem with, I don't have a problem with love. Love is badass. It's fierce and wild and uncontrollable and sets things on fire, just like me.
Love sets things on fire?
But the reason I'm coming to you, even though you're not inherently badass, is that you know Mustache and Blue. They both seem, I don't know, less pathetic than a lot of the other students. But I can't invest my valuable time and chaotic energy into someone who's going to turn out to be a wimp. So tell me, who is the baddest ass?
Oh, it's Mustache, no doubt. They once fucked a bottle of hot sauce and liked it. Are you fucking kidding me? Blue is so fucking badass they got through tax season by themselves without crying. I don't know, I think,
Blue's trying to get the top lady.
Here's
Oh, yeah,
my
that's
bottle
right.
of hot sauce.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say
Can you
anyway.
hear the ting?
Oh my god, that's right. He
Yep.
does have one sitting right next to him.
A bottle of hot sauce? That's really weird. Because I do that first thing every morning before I even get out of bed. I was hoping that Mustache and I had something in common. And I'm not sure if you've ever fucked a bottle of hot sauce.
No comment.
But trust me, it is something. Mustache might just be enough of a badass to roll with me. Maybe all the way to prom.
Damn. You just got Mustache's hot sauce loving ass. Bad hot sauce loving ass. That much closer to successfully wooing Dave.
Oh my god.
Of course, that does sort of screw over Blue a little. But if they wanted to hang out with a demon, they probably should have fucked a bottle of hot sauce like the rest. And hey, you ain't close Google. Great places. Everybody chooses something cool. Say your choice out loud to the rest of the players before clicking.
The other side of a pillow.
Not looking at explosions.
Skinny dipping in December.
Mick Jagger.
Damn it.
Player orders decided based on how weird it would be to find the selected thing as I would be stoked to find Mick Jagger in a Happy Meal.
Oh my god.
What are you doing here? I'm really hard up for work. Please buy my albums.
That would be the greatest Happy Meal ever.
Okay, Jesse gets first. I don't know about the other ones though.
I don't know, it'd be pretty weird to see somebody skinny dipping in a Happy Meal.
Good point.
The other side of a pillow, or whatever I say.
Or whatever you...
What did you say?
Not looking at
Remember.
explosions.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, explosions in a Happy Meal? I mean, that's a little weird. The other side of a pillow, I don't know why you would see a pillow in a Happy Meal, but I mean, you could.
It's the other side of a pillow, though, so you'd only get half a pillowcase.
Yeah.
I mean... Okay, maybe.
We'll do that. Morning.
Let's do this!
Mustache.
Alright, choose the auditorium.
That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you totally forget your lines. It's terrible.
Great.
But you don't let that get you down. You start improvising all your lines. And it's marvelous. Somehow it enhances the path of the play in unexpected ways. And that's saying something, since half of your improvisation is a rap battle against your inner fears. You gain +2 creativity. You go up to the light booth to see how Polly and Damien
Lame. That's how we're doing.
If I'd known they'd stick me up here just because I missed auditions to go to that monster truck rally, I still would have gone to that monster truck rally, but I would have gotten in like 9 more fights while I was there.
Why'd I have to be on so many cool drugs during testing? I thought the lights were butterflies and I just wanted to play with them.
That's all in the past now. As long as we're here, I guess we better make the best of it. By fucking with Liam.
But he's so hard to mess with. He's like really good at acting.
Come on, between the 3 of us, I'm sure there's something we can do to make him forget his lines.
Rocket launcher. Without a doubt, rocket launcher.
Oh yeah, duh. Thanks for reminding me about this rocket launcher I always carry around.
Damien fires a rocket at the stage just as Liam makes his entrance. It doesn't kill anybody because all the actors are already undead, but it sure makes them forget their lines. After the show, a talent agent approaches the 3 of you about starring in a new reality show. It's called Pranked with a Rocket Launcher. Looks like you've got a career ahead of you in showbiz. You gain +2 money, +1 fun.
Sure.
Let's go to the library.
That day, you spent some time on the library PCs, mining some bitcoins. This is supposed to have something to do with solving algorithms and the rise of cryptocurrency, but you guess that nobody actually has any fucking idea how it really works. Anyway, you gain +2 bitcoins, which is equal to +2 million dollars, which is unfortunately is equal to +2 monster dollars, so +2 money. Later, you, Vera, and Miranda meet to prepare your case for your ruthless rhetoric class. Your scenario for the week: monsters finally rule the world, but puny humans still demand equal rights. How will you deal with such audacity?
14-hour workday, media censorship, start a fictional war.
Ugh, that sounds like so much work. Can't we just throw money at them?
Oh, or cake. I heard if you let them eat cake, they calm down.
What about you? Do you have any ideas? You're not one of those group members who just lets everyone else do the work, are you? Just remember the 3 R's: relocation, re-education, reintegration. The problem is that they're not happy, so let's repress them into happiness. Let's repress them into happiness. Oh, damn it. Oh, I like that. We can flood the markets with mind-altering prescription drugs.
And we can set up mandatory joy camps and roving fun squads and joy scouts.
We'll start by adding drugs to cheeseburgers, which we'll give away for free. No one can resist free burgers. I don't know how advice to do for her. I need to present this at the NSA. Perhaps we can work out a partnership deal.
Next morning, you see Vera and Miranda handing out Xanax burgers. Never has a single burger made you so happy. You gain +3 fun.
Let's go.
Hooray!
I want to go to the bathroom.
That day, you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. But you don't stop there. You want the world to know how reckless you are for the rest of eternity. So you do some graffiti on the wall. No way! The graffiti says, "I'm bold as fuck!" And you know what? It turns out the wall is a magical wall that grants wishes.
There's an actual phone
What a
number on
wall.
that door.
What?
There's an actual phone number on that door.
Oh, so there is.
Interesting.
A
have
deep
nothing
voice
to write it
resounds
down with.
within the wall. It says, "Well, not bold as fuck, but maybe a bit bold." And then you gain +2 boldness. Oh boy, that's an opinionated wall. Anyway, lucky you. Suddenly, you smell the distinctive odor of rotten eggs, nail polish remover, and chocolate syrup. This can only mean one thing. You kick open the door of the stall to find...
Hi.
Yo, what's up? Did you come to try my batch of toilet wine? What?
Yes.
Huh?
Toilet sangria.
My normal tasting group isn't here yet, probably because they're all dead. I've never let that stop me from getting drunk though, so it's really no excuse. You know, I expected my toilet wine to be a little popular at the school. I mean, I'm selling wine at a high school. You'd think kids would be lined up around the block. But my only repeat customers are a couple of homeless dudes and Barry the masochistic monster. And you. You're here to try it too, right? No? Oh, then you must be here to help me with marketing. Come on, help me figure out how to make Polly's totally legit toilet wine a success.
Sell it to the military as a chemical weapon. Pour it in people's mouths while they're sleeping. Mmm. Sell it to the military. Damn it!
Oh, I get it. That's a joke about how my wine is basically poison. Very funny. I'll have you know, my wine is made with only the finest rat poison. And the bleach, rubbing alcohol, and coffee grounds are all organic and locally sourced.
Wait, what?
Damn it!
And to make everything on site is in this authentic high school toilet. It's a technique that's been handed down in my family for generations. Don't believe me? Try it. Go on, try it.
Oh.
Looks like you don't have much choice. You hold your nose, take a sip, and it's actually pretty good. Full-bodied and fruity with a subtle undertone of charcoal and lighter fluid. The next thing you remember, you're naked on the side of a lonely highway with Yummy Bus painted on your chest. Polly's nowhere to be seen, and neither is your dignity. You lose -2 charm and -1 fun.
I can't piss her off this
All
close to
right.
prom.
Give me your money.
Hey, last night I read this article on how money causes pocket cancer in the long run. You don't want to get pocket cancer. Quick, give me that dangerous money you have in your still healthy pockets. My stuff isn't good enough for you? Not cool. You know what? Maybe you aren't good enough for my stuff either. Trade places. Everybody chooses a food. Say your choice out loud for the rest of the players before clicking.
Tacos.
Rhubarb.
Pork rinds.
Octopus.
Player orders decided based on how funny it would be to give Blue the nickname Blue the Cool, your food choice.
Blue the cool rhubarb.
Hey, I'm down with that.
Yeah. Blue the cool octopus is pretty awesome too.
Also good with that.
Blue the cool taco or blue the cool pork rind?
I don't want to be pork rinds. Week 3.
Sure.
Intergalactic
where was
Prince.
that? Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, with the mermaid and the Dracula dude.
The table you chose is quite crowded. Liam sits across from Miranda, who is flanked by 2 well-dressed servants. One of the servants cuts a slice of Salisbury steak and feeds it to the other. Seriously, Miranda, you have servants to chew your food for you?
Disgusting.
What? Of course not. That would be barbaric.
The servant happily swallows the Salisbury steak.
I have servants to eat for me. They're called eating serfs. Don't you have any?
First of all, no, I don't eat food. Second of all, that totally defeats the purpose of eating. Aren't you worried about starving?
Why would I be? My serfs get all the calories I need to stay fit and healthy.
Ugh. I have no objective reason to care about this, but suddenly it's all I care about. Someone convince Miranda to stop this madness.
Maybe you should start this madness, Liam. Imagine all the food you could Instagram without having to eat any of it. Miranda, look at the condom smile on her face. You have a secret he's eating for. Oh, yeah, he's secretly eating for himself.
No! It can't be! Gordo, say it isn't true!
Dang it.
But Gordo can't say anything, because his mouth is full of delicious Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak, which he's obviously eating entirely for his own benefit.
Traitorous dog! You want me to starve to death? Is that your plan?
I think maybe he was just taking advantage of the fact that you don't understand how food works.
Taking advantage of me? Scoundrel! Burpee, eat Gordo for me at once!
The 2 serfs look at each other, then stuff as much food as they can into their mouths before fleeing the cafeteria.
Alas! How will I ever get my recommended daily allowance of nutrients now?
You could try eating?
Myself? But how?
You and Liam have a ton of fun laughing at Miranda as she learns how to eat food for apparently the first time in her life.
Let's do this.
Well, at least I didn't lose anything.
Mustache!
To the right?
Damien and Scott?
Yeah, I don't know who that one guy is, so yeah,
That's Intergalactic Prince.
that's weird. Alright,
You sit down to enjoy a nice normal meal at the spooky high cafeteria as usual. LOL, JK. Something fucked up is always going on here, and today is no different.
Oh, hello, Mustache. Did you want to come sit with us an hour?
Imaginary friend, no one else is here.
Their imaginary friend roars and the whole cafeteria shakes.
Okay, Mustache, you have some smarts. You're probably going to figure this out pretty quickly. Why do we have a wild beast under our table? Why don't you take a guess?
He's asking you to guess because we totally forgot our plan.
Scott! No, we didn't. Shut up!
We were going to teach it, the piano, or maybe the saxophone. I lost my notes.
No worries, no notes needed. You know exactly what they should do with this wild beast.
The last one.
What a kick-ass idea! Which was obviously ours. You're right. That was our idea.
Hooray, we're geniuses! And I just what we need here, training montage music.
Suddenly, you start a training montage, in which the three of you try to teach cooking to the wild beast. You suck at it since you're not big chefs yourselves, and also because it's a wild beast, and it keeps in devouring people and wreaking havoc. But it is quite epic training montage. Afterwards, you're all still sitting excited in front of a portable TV. The Monster Chef show is about to start. You're holding cute supporting signs, and you even got yourself a custom-made t-shirt of the wild beast.
Whoa, this is the big day! Also, how's it we trained the wild beast that is now on the show if it's still noon and the cafeteria hasn't even ended?
Shh, Scott! Times works in mysterious ways when it comes to training montages. Okay, boys. I only hope this isn't a souffle challenge. We know the wild beast isn't good at souffles.
The wild beast isn't good at anything aside from devouring people and wreaking havoc. You quietly watch the show. The challenge is Beef Wellington.
Fuck yeah, no souffle!
Not so surprisingly, once the challenge begins, the wild beast just starts to devour the other contestants and destroys the show's set. You see the judges screaming,
Who the fuck let a wild beast enter the competition?
the wild beast is disqualified.
Well, I guess that's it. We might not have won the cash prize, but we won the most valuable of prizes. The prize of laughing at our wild beast fucking up everything on the Monster Chef set, which is a memory we will cherish forever.
Is Damien ready to cherish memories that include you? Wowie.
Let's go.
Ghosty Bay and Snake Bitch.
Oh lord, I gotta do both of them now.
Yeah, you do.
I'm eating. Wait, both of them?
Oh, yum yum. I sure do love food and eating. Look at this food go in me. Yes. This cafeteria, Sloppy Joe, truly has a subtle flavor profile.
Finally, you notice the cause of this absurdity. A well-dressed businessman is sitting at the next table watching both women intently.
Oh yeah, I know you like this, baby. My eating is realistic and erotic. Be cool, Polly. The man wants to pay us for eating in front of him, not screaming about eating. Is this not what eating is? I forget.
While Vera tries to explain eating to Polly, the businessman shyly approaches you and gives a small bow. Much obliged, friend, he says in a soft voice. Are these two fine ladies your friends? I must confess that I've searched far and wide for a suitable candidate to fulfill my rather unusual fetish. Paying a student at a high school for monsters to eat food while I watch politely from a distance. But I find myself unable to choose which of these two beauties to hire. The snake-headed one possesses a certain grace.
Yeah, pay me, motherfucker. Pay me to do a thing I was going to do anyway.
But the translucent one has such passion.
I don't even want the money. This is just fucking weird and I love it.
In your opinion, the businessman finishes, which would be the wiser choice on my part?
The ghost, for sure. I've never seen someone eat so convincingly.
Yay!
The businessman nods thoughtfully. You know, you're right. I've never before have I believed so fully that someone was actually eating real food.
Yep, that's me, eating the real food with my real mouth and teeth. Are you kidding me? That's convincing to you? The food is falling right through her body onto the floor. Don't hate me just because I'm efficient at eating. Don't worry, I hate you for other, more private reasons. What? Sorry, can't hear you. Too busy eating real food.
You team up with Polly to make her eating even more realistic. She passes her food through her body to you, and you eat it for her. It's pretty hot.
Well then.
All right.
Space Prince.
Give
Really?
me money.
I'm determined. Shouldn't be out there trying to romance a classmate or something? Anyway, welcome.
Ugh.
You get the whole point of running a business like this, sell stuff to people, right? I think you're missing the point, sweetheart. Trade places. Player orders decided based on how shitty it would be for your country if you were the president. Start debating now.
Well, after leaving Infinity War today, I definitely said I think Aunt Thanos has a good point.
I've not seen that. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Oh, Keto wants to destroy everything.
Half
That
of
would be
everything.
pretty shitty of the president. I'd probably be bombing a lot of countries.
I mean,
Well,
I'm a pacifist, so
Jesse would just make
Maybe.
everybody try role playing.
probably.
Hold on. Instead of initiating war, roll initiative.
Rolling.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I would not know how to do anything.
Let's go.
Keita! Everything's open.
I want
You have to make a
some
decision, Blue.
Effort.
Auditorium.
Auditorium. That one. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you do a terrific job at acting.
Yeah.
You act so hard that some of your classmates in the audience throw roses at you. 7 roses to be exact. Damn, roses aren't a valid currency or stat in this game. Anyway, you check your converter app to see if this could translate into something a bit more useful. It seems 7 roses equals 2 creativity points. Sweet, you gain +2 creativity. But none of that matters. You're late to meet Polly for more party experiments.
Hey, Boo.
Alright, our research is progressing well so far, but we've got a very limited sample size. I need to know that we can make any party the best, not just some parties. So tomorrow morning we're gonna crash a funeral. If we can make that fun, we can make anything fun. So brainstorm time. How can we put the fun back in funeral?
Possess the body of deceased, bring him back from one last party. Bouncy castle! Bouncy castle! What?
Later that night, you follow the procession of weeping mourners into the cathedral. The pallbearers lay the coffin on the dais. Or, at least they try to. As soon as they set it down, it
hilarious.
starts bouncing around the room. The lid flaps open, exposing the corpse's sallow face and lifeless eyes.
Hey! Why is everyone screaming? This was my friend's awesome idea.
Damn it.
You remind her that you suggested a bouncy castle.
Really? I thought you said bouncy coffin. You've got to learn to enunciate when I'm drunk.
Somehow, this still ends up being your fault. The mourners even make you chase down the bouncy coffin. You lose -2 fun and -1 boldness.
Damn it.
All right.
That day, you spend some time on the library PCs, managing your start kicker. You deceive lots of people with sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice. You gain plus 100,000 money, but almost everything goes to cover costs, and you keep only +2 money. Liam and Damien stand over a pile of books Liam has gathered. They're scowling intently as if the books have personally wronged them.
So mainstream.
Our school teaches the most common, mainstream, basic material imaginable.
I think there's only one thing we can do, really.
Petition the school to include works of value?
Burn the books.
Damien, you're absolutely right. The fight against anti-intellectualism must be telegraphed in strong action, not just empty words. Damien snaps his fingers, and the books burst into flames. You have to admit, between a petition and fire is a much cooler option. Unfortunately, it's at this exact moment that crazy Martin chooses to appear.
Oh no. No, not again. He always thinks these things are my fault, just because they are.
I can't get detention. I'm seeing a nondescript yogurt resort concert this weekend, and the band only plays once in a blue moon. When the lunar eclipse lines up with... There's no time to let Liam finish. Quick, step in and be the hero they need. Tell him there was a three-horned paper gobbler on the loose that was planning to devour the entire collection. Burn down the entire library. No point of origin, no proof of culprit. Without thinking, you grab as many books as you can and throw them onto the fire as well. You add a chair and a table too. Turns out pretty much everything in the library is flammable. Liam and Damien get into the spirit and are soon adding computers, magazines, and students to the bonfire. Crazy Martin runs to grab a fire extinguisher, at which point you, Liam, and Damien are able to sneak out of the library, leaving behind no possible trace of evidence, considering everything you touched is charred.
Hot damn, that was some of the best arson I've ever seen. And believe me, I know my arson.
Perhaps when they restock the library, they'll choose books with a more diverse array of historical perspectives.
Or, even better, they won't. And then we can do this shit all over again.
If high school doesn't work out for you, at least you've got a bright future as a career arsonist. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun.
Sure.
Go to class.
That day, you learn a ton of spells that are all as cool as they are seemingly useless. A spell to renew stickers' stickiness. A spell to turn chocolate and vanilla ice cream into vanilla and chocolate ice cream. A spell to gain +2 smarts. You actually use that last spell, and you gain +2 smarts.
Oh my word! What a wonderful, beautiful, exciting day! I hope someone can share in my joy. My great aunt sea monster Unholy Terror McCrackenface O'Cahoo has received an award for her work with shipwrecks. Can we give me credit for saying that name with the first try?
Yeah.
She's now one of their leading causes. And of course I fucked that up, that simple sentence. I wanted to send her my congratulations, but no one from the postal service will go near her lair for fear of their lives. Oh, if only some brave hero would volunteer to deliver this important and time-sensitive missive. Why is a letter of congratulations so time-sensitive, you ask? Well, it's because of, well, you see that there are special congratulations with instructions to do something congratulatory for herself, you know? Just get her the letter.
There's something fishy about this request, but you've never let that stop you before. You've come up with a foolproof plan.
Hire Scuba, the underwater taxi service. Dynamite the toilet, dive into the sewer, and swim there yourself. Something tells me she would not dove into a sewer. But I don't know. But she did want me to do it. Dynamite the toilet, let's go for broke.
If you want something done right, and there's absolutely no way to pawn it off on someone else, do it yourself. You grab the stick of dynamite you won from Damien in a game of multiplayer solitaire, and head to the bathroom. From an environmentalist standpoint, it's probably not great that the school sewer system leads directly to the heart of the ocean. But it's great for your purposes. You swim all the way to the lair of Great Aunt Sea Monster Unholy Terror McCrackenface o' Cthulhu, who you must admit looks fantastic for a beast of a certain number of centuries. You give her the letter and crawl back up the toilet before you can find out what she means by stay for dinner. A few days later, you see the fruits demur of your labor.
Thank you so much for getting my letter to Aunt Sea Monster. She said she would act on it immediately. Act on the congratulations that I sent by thanking me, which she did. So it's all over and neatly wrapped up now. Nothing further happening here.
Yep, seems entirely legit. Glad you swam down the toilet for whatever totally above-board operation is going on here. You gain +2 charm and +1 boldness.
Let's do this!
Moustache!
Well, I guess we're going outdoors again, because the library's taken.
That day, during recess, start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. At one point, Juan, the small magical Latino cat, slips on a banana peel. You start to laugh at him. He asks you to stop, but you don't. You laugh so hard at him that you somehow steal +2 fun from him. Hooray! You're daydreaming about how Damien would look walking down the aisle towards you. When you see Damien walking down the aisle, the hallway, towards you.
Yo, so listen. Don't be uncool about this or make it a big thing, but I think you're pretty rad. Like, maybe even as rad as I am. So I thought it might be sweet if we could, do some crime together. Would you be into that? I mean, could you even fucking handle that?
Yes, of course you could. And would. And should.
What kind of crime are you into these days?
Quick! Suggest the most badass and romantic crime for an excellent date with Damien.
Yeah. Obviously the second one?
Arson and arson? Sounds like my kind of night.
Damien
like an
picks
attorney.
you up and presents you with a bouquet of matches and lighters, which you blush and happily accept. You smile demurely as Damien pulls out your chair for you and sets it on fire. You confidently order off the menu for both of you before setting both menus on fire. After a delicious meal, the two of you flirtily squabble over whose absolute pleasure it would be to pick up the check as the flames rage high all around you.
Ready to head out for more arson?
Heck yeah, you are. The two of you head to a movie, immediately setting your ticket stubs on fire. You take your seats and set the row in front of you on fire. You talk through the previews as the flames leap higher and higher, bathing you in a romantic glow. It's the hottest date of all time, in so many ways.
Hey, I had a really nice time tonight. The only thing better than the arson was the more arson.
Is he actually blushing, or is that just the heat from all of that so much arson? OMFG, this date was literal fire. But no, like, actually literal fire. You gain +2 charm, and +1 boldness. The monster prom draws near. Kita. Ube.
Ghosty Bay, yeah.
It's Polly
Oh.
time!
I could do this.
Ah, the mer lady. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally asking Liam. No, Damien.
Hey, noob. All right.
You asked no one to prom. You told yourself you didn't need anyone. And you know, on a theoretical level, that's completely true. But this just seems like a way of avoiding potential rejection. We all fear rejection, sweetheart, but it's a part of life. Victory is for those who try. And you haven't. Prom night is here, and you can't help but wonder if you had a chance with any of your classmates.
Oh.
Forever known achievement.
Aw.
Those who fail at least tried. And you, tonight, You failed in your own way, without even trying, which has some kind of twisted merit in its own right. Doubts will haunt you till the day you die. Prom was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and now it's gone. Oh no, wait, this is a video game. You can try and play again. Lucky bastard.
Let's go.
Me.
You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom.
I only
with
made her
you.
mad twice.
Yes!
Yeah.
It'll be epic, Boo. Shit will get pretty wild pretty soon. Only one thing. If I were you, I'd get some good life insurance. Just in case.
Let's party till dawn, honey.
Oh, I look so
Prom night
happy.
was nice, but a bit bland for the likes of you. You decided to spice things up by summoning some interdimensional nightmare creatures, because interdimensional nightmare creatures know how to rave the right way. You and Polly held hands while admiring how the interdimensional nightmare creatures wreaked havoc. What a night.
Let's do this.
Stash. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you.
Prom? Burning stuff and committing murder might be badass,
Fucking
but
metal.
nothing is as badass as following your heart and believing unapologetically
What the
in
fuck?
love. Let's do this.
I don't
Let's
get
live
it.
our lives with zero regrets.
I don't get it.
Here we go.
Why? Why did he say no to me?
Prom night was crazy intense. At one point, a classmate of yours criticized how Damien is always getting into fistfights, for which Damien punched him, starting yet another fistfight. You joined in and fought him back to back. It was a super sexy choreographed fight, and you even exchanged trusting glances while watching over each other's backs. And that wasn't the only time that night you took care of Damien's rear. Wink.
Sure.
I'm gonna say it had something to do with the boldness.
Huh? Sure. How can I say no to my beautiful accomplice? What do you mean by accomplice? What do I mean by accomplice? I mean, it was clear all this time, right? I stole some eggs from that sea monster, then my serfs cooked an omelet, you took pictures of the water polo team eating it. And then remember when we totally stole the addresses of the whole team from Principal Giant Spider's computer? Such good times. Then it was just a matter of delivering the pictures and the address to the sea monster, who by my calculations will soon be hunting all of those unpolite peasants down. They rejected me, and I'm sure it has always been clear that you do not reject Miranda Vanderbilt. So, in a way, it was sort of all on them, right? It has been so sweet of you, my charming knight in shining armor.
Damn. You feel a bit bad, both for being an accomplice to multiple manslaughter and for feeling weirdly aroused by Miranda's ruthlessness. But love is blind, and so a date it is. You have a delightful evening, and in the end, isn't that what counts? Isn't it? By the end of it, Miranda even invites you to her house to show you the corpses of the water polo team, which she's had stolen from their funerals.
No one messes with Miranda
Oh.
Vanderbilt.
Whoa.
Well then.
You're still
Oh
troubled
my.
by the fact that kind of excites you. But obviously, Miranda isn't troubled about being excited by a successful, merciless vendetta. So you end up celebrating your victory and feasting over what's left of her enemies.
Among other things, looks like.
Hey, that was a secret ending.
Hey.
Yay.
3 of 22 endings. Drew, most likely to make Pluto a planet again. Damien, sexiest horde. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning who we were and who we could be. And you know what? As it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Damien and Scott teamed up and took second in the National Pokemon Tag Tournament. The crowd was amazed. Their Pokemon team did taxes as if there were no tomorrow. It was a thing of beauty. Polly's drug cooking skills proved to be useful, and she became a chemist for the pharmaceutical industry.
Hell yeah.
Yet, on her free time, she still cooks drugs. Her greatest inventions so far are watermelon flavored ecstasy and a thing called LS Dope. Miranda started a nonprofit to help countries without a monarchy, because all countries have the right to be graciously ruled by the Mer Kingdom. During those 3 weeks, Monster Prom seemed bigger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were lots of battles left in this war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.
Yay!
Hooray!
We all got dates except for Blue, and Drew got laid.
Yay!
Rip me.
I mean, I did something to Damien's butt. We're not really sure.
Well, you have a pool cue in that picture.
I do. Damien on a stick.
That was fun.
That was.